Do you remember the Parkers? The hilarious, high-energy sitcom that ruled the late 90s and early 2000s with unforgettable characters and non-stop laughter? What fans never saw was the storm waiting behind the scenes. Because when the cameras stopped rolling, the cast stepped into real lives filled with battles far darker than any storyline: illness, tragedy, broken marriages, financial collapse, addiction, career downfall, and stunning reinventions. And now, in 2025, their transformations are so dramatic, so emotional, and in some cases so heartbreaking, you might not even recognize them. This is the Parkers' 1999 cast, then versus now 2025. And the truth behind what really happened to each star will leave you speechless. No journey in the cast is more complicated than that of Monique, who played Nicole Nikki Parker. She was the heartbeat of the show, the loud, unpredictable mother who stormed through Santa Monica College with unstoppable determination. Born in Baltimore, Maryland in 1967, Monique had been carrying emotional bruises long before Hollywood discovered her. Her first marriage to Calvin Watkins ended in abuse, leaving wounds that followed her well into adulthood. Her second marriage to Mark Jackson fell apart as fame pulled her into a world where the spotlight became both a blessing and a knife. When she finally married Sidney Hicks, her childhood friend and partner, she entered a relationship built on honesty and unconventional choices that the world never stopped judging. These life scars poured directly into her performance in Precious, where she became known not just as a comedian, but as an actress capable of delivering pain. So Riot shook viewers. But her rise to the top came with consequences. Public battles with Oprah Winfrey, Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and later Netflix created a storm that nearly erased her career. Hollywood shut its doors with quiet precision. She battled weight fluctuations, personal addictions, and the loneliness of being pushed aside by an industry she once ruled. Yet at 57 years old, Monique is finding her way back. Her powerful comeback through My Name Is Monique and The Deliverance shows that resilience is still her strongest weapon. With a net worth of around $6 million, she stands as a reminder that sometimes the loudest fighter on screen is also the one fighting hardest behind closed doors. Her on-screen best friend, Yvette Wilson, portrayed Endell Wilkerson, the wise and warm cafe owner who served as Nikki's emotional anchor. Born in Los Angeles in 1964, Yvette brought calmness to the show, but her reality was filled with pain. Kidney disease forced her into years of dialysis, and although a transplant offered hope, it didn't last. Then cervical cancer struck with unrelenting force. Even as her body weakened, she continued performing, trying to keep up with bills that multiplied faster than she could manage. She took roles in films like House Party 3 and appeared on Moesha, pouring humor into every job despite her suffering. Eventually, her medical battles overwhelmed her. On June 14, 2012, at only 48 years old, Yvette Wilson died from cervical cancer and kidney failure. At the time, her net worth was under $500,000, a painful reflection of a woman who gave everything she had. Another unforgettable face was Countess Vaughn, the vibrant actress behind Kim Parker. Born in Adabo, Oklahoma in 1978, she had already lived a lifetime before joining the show at just 21. She became a mother as a teenager, forcing adulthood upon her far too quickly. Her marriage to Joseph James dissolved under accusations of emotional abuse and heavy strain, leaving scars beneath her confident, comedic exterior. Behind her smile was a young woman fighting private battles. A devastating miscarriage left her heartbroken. Then came one of the most frightening chapters of her life, a severe infection caused by years of lace front wig use that nearly took her life. She underwent emergency treatment and later began battling thyroid disease, causing dramatic weight shifts and hair loss that crushed her confidence. After gastric surgery, she tried to rebuild her health while appearing in reality shows like Hollywood Divas. Now 47, Countess Vaughn lives a quieter, more cautious life, with a net worth of around $900,000, choosing peace over the chaos of fame. One of the most heartbreaking stories from the Parkers cast belongs to Lamont Bentley, the gentle, soft-spoken actor behind Hakeem Campbell. Born in Milwaukee in 1973, he moved to Los Angeles with his mother, juggling odd jobs while supporting his young daughter and chasing his dream. His talent shined in South Central, Tales from the Hood, and Moesha, but the pressure of providing for family weighed heavily on him. After the Parkers, he pursued music with the hip-hop group Uprise, still fighting for stability. Then, on January 19, 2005, tragedy struck. His car crashed in Ventura County, throwing him into oncoming traffic. He died instantly at just 31, leaving behind 2 daughters and a legacy of humility and heart. Then there was Dorian Wilson, the sophisticated Professor Stanley Ogilvy, the man who spent years dodging Nikki Parker's romantic pursuit. Born in Lompoc, California, in 1963, he brought a calm, refined presence to the show. But while the professor looked polished on TV, Dorian's real life carried financial storms. His marriage to Joanne Wilson lasted more than 2 decades before collapsing. By 2008, the pressures of raising a family, inconsistent roles, and mounting expenses pushed him into bankruptcy. He was forced to sell his home and rebuild his life from scratch. Slowly, he worked his way back through consistent TV roles in shows like Sister, The Steve Harvey Show, and later in The Cut. Today, at 62, he has become the most financially successful surviving cast member, with an estimated net worth of $12 million, built through determination and real estate investments that saved his future. Thomas Mickleford, who played Mel Parker, carried a gentle strength in his role. Born in Los Angeles in 1964, he once dreamed of becoming a preacher before studying acting at Long Beach City College and USC. Known for his memorable role in Martin, Thomas brought dignity and emotional depth wherever he performed. But his body began failing him in his final years. Hypertension, minor strokes, and vascular complications haunted him. Despite warnings, he refused to slow down, continuing to mentor youth, direct plays, and serve his community. On October 12, 2016, he died from a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm at just 52 years old. With a net worth of $2 million, he left behind a powerful legacy of service and inspiration. Ken Lawson, the effortlessly cool T, started strong but faced a harsh slide once the Parkers ended. Born in West Covina, California, in 1976, he struggled to maintain momentum. His 2010 arrest for marijuana possession forced him to reevaluate his path. Slowly he rebuilt through small roles, independent films, and music. His steady return in The Cut gave him stability, and at 49 years old, he lives quietly with an estimated net worth of $500,000. Grounded and wiser than the young star he once was, Jenna Von O, known for playing the quick-witted Stevie Van Lowe on Blossom, grew up in the spotlight before stepping away from Hollywood. Born in 1977, she left acting after postpartum depression and emotional exhaustion shifted her priorities. She moved to Tennessee, pursued country music, and wrote candid books on motherhood. In 2023, she came out as a lesbian, focusing today on her children and inner peace. Mari Morrow, who portrayed Desiree Littlejohn, transitioned from acting to luxury real estate, building a stable life and career. Isabel Sanford, the legendary grandmother Nana Evelyn, brought decades of experience to the show. Born in Harlem in 1917, she survived an abusive marriage and escaped to Los Angeles with her children in 1960. Her success in All in the Family and The Jeffersons made history when she became the first African-American woman to win an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy. She died on July 9, 2004, at 86 years old, leaving behind a net worth of about $3 million and an unshakable cultural legacy. Cara Brock, who played Regina Foster, stepped away from acting to focus on family life. Born in Long Beach, California, in 1974, she built a grounded life with her husband and 3 daughters. Now 51, with a net worth of $2 million, she lives quietly and privately. Jamal Mixon, the cheerful Alan, grew up in the spotlight with films like The Nutty Professor. Born in Oxnard, California, in 1983, he transitioned into adulthood away from fame's pressure. Now 42, he focuses on music, personal projects, and family, supported by a net worth of $2 million. And finally, Suzanne Douglas, who brought elegance to Constance McFarland, lived a life dedicated to art. Born in Chicago in 1957, she earned degrees, performed across film and television, and became a beloved mentor. She died on July 6, 2021, after a private battle with pancreatic cancer. Her net worth was around $2 million, but the emotional impact she left behind was far greater. Today, The cast of The Parkers reminds us that behind every laugh can hide a lifetime of struggle. Some rose again, some faded away, and some were lost far too soon. Their stories prove that even Hollywood's brightest stars fight the darkest battles. Which cast member surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more powerful stories like this. Thanks for watching.